Hello there. Are you awake? Are you itching to find out what's new? Are you intrigued with the latest events and want to learn more? Well, you're in the right place at the right time. Listening to Petals and Thorns on KKBN, the news and sounds of Bucharest by night. I am your host, the Deadly Rose, the bizarre and beautiful, the bold and baffling, the beguiling, brilliant bastard, barking and biting, and welcoming you all to another show. Before I begin, I must apologize to a very special someone, my dearest Bendis, to whom it may have seemed like I was the kiss and run kind of guy. I assure you, my dear, I am not. In fact, my disappearing act had everything to do with keeping you safe. Sadly, I have failed to do that. My impulsiveness, you see, gets the better of me sometimes, and not only did I not manage to take care of that La Sombra peeping Tom who ruined our Lake by the Moonlight rendezvous, but I also ended up with a few open wounds that, hopefully, will heal right in time for tomorrow night's Elysium. As for you, Mr. Sobrano, I assume you have a few bruises of your own. I also assume that by now you've at least attempted to poison the prince's views even more with your bullshit, especially about Bendis and I having a pre-existing relationship. As I'm sure Mary Claire is or will be listening to the show, I will say this, with my utmost sincerity of course. The fiery gangrel and I are just dancing together. There is no conspiracy, no trafficking of secrets, barely of any newsworthy information that I've proven I think I can get on my own. I'm certain my word alone wouldn't suffice to ease your mind, mademoiselle, but I have nothing else to offer other than my reassurance that she is loyal to the Camarilla. For your listeners though, just for context, a first Primogen Council meeting has taken place last night. The prince, her vicious guard dog, and what stands for elders in the Bucharest Ivory Tower right now have brought charges to and submitted judgment onto Sheriff Aman and his team. His tactics and approach have been criticized, his deputies have been poked and prodded, and no reason was found for any sanctions to be applied. However, with Bendis and I having fraternized, it is likely that an investigation will begin, and I naturally am trying to stay ahead of the game. And speaking of staying ahead, tonight's show is sponsored by Uber, spelled OOHBER. Are you late for that meeting with the prince? Do you have to get away from some pesky hunters? Did you forget the sun is coming up soon and you have to be back at your haven ASAP? Call an Uber. With talented drivers like Tasha, Toby, and my boy Skidmark, you'll get there or get away in no time. Details in the bio. Back to the show. While Bendis and I were getting to know each other more intimately, I hear my other crush, that gorgeous drop of sweet opium nectar, Elie, was having some fun of her own though, slumming it with a ghoul. Don't get me wrong, the sheriff's right-hand man is definitely worth the attention. He makes my mouth water just thinking about tracing the outline on those muscles. As for you out of the loop, this might not seem like a great topic to report on, but let me fill those lips of yours curving into smiles as I add. They were doing the naughty on the roof right above the boss's office, and I hear, as does half of the neighborhood, it was spectacular. Meanwhile, in military, big bad boy Marius crashed a party at the old Black Dove Club on the west side. I hear he and Azra the Tremere went there to convince Elie to get the hell out of town and stay out, though the process has been rather violent at first. It seems though it was dialogue and not fists that solved the issue, one that has bothered me for quite some time, and that sadistic bitch bolted away with her tail between her legs and her band of impotent eunuchs following close behind. An almost happy ending, I'd say, as I hear the Bruja claimed ownership over that particular haven. The sheriff was proud, and Alexander Angelov can breathe out a sigh of relief, knowing his biggest opponent is out of the picture. Nicely done, boys, very nicely done. In addition, it seems my girl Charlie took a liking to the hunk, and Marius enjoyed more than having a new property at the end of the night. That being said, and with everyone now caught up, I'm looking forward to the next evening's festivities. I'm tempted to attend myself, but we'll see. Though you, my gorgeous pets, should definitely go and meet the prince. After all, Elysium is a safe space. Usually. Just keep in mind a few basic things. Don't use your disciplines, don't start any trouble, and before you attend whatever you do, for the love of all existing and non-existing gods, do not take fashion advice from a Nosferatu. I'm sure there are more guidelines for you more refined suckers out there, but those are your complications to deal with. For everyone else, I will just add, savor the night, Bucharest. Savor the bloody, crazy, exciting night.